Welcome to Hoopers United, where we chill talk about basketball. My name is David, and this is
Silas.
alright, Silas. It's gonna be a short one. Uh, let's go straight and talking about Zion's weight clause. Did you hear anything about that?
I did hear about that.
Where his contract says the sum of his weight and body fat has to be below 295.
Dude,
Weight and body fat.
that is huge, bro. That's huge.
Why?
295.
Yeah, you tell me.
I mean, there's no reason he shouldn't be able to stay under there, especially if he's playing and healthy.
hmm
Bro, 295. Wouldn't that make him like the heaviest player in the league?
Yeah, but how tall is he? How much weight
He's like,
is
bro,
normal
he's like
for his
6'6".
size, for his height? You know what I mean?
I mean, I really think he should be no more than like 250, 265.
Really? I don't know. He seems like he can get like strong. You know what I mean? Chest wise and arms, which add a
Dude,
lot of weight.
he's a truck.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But he can't be that big if he wants to stay on the floor. I think if he's under 260, he'll be good, but
I mean, they agree to it. So
295 is insane.
is it? What happens if, let's say, they write? What if he just goes over a pound? What happens? Will they just say? Will they just let it go, or will they just waive some money from him? You know what I mean? Like, what happens? How much leeway is there?
I hope none, because he should never be that big. You said weight and body fat percentage combined.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Oh shit! So that means he has to be like under 285. Because he probably gonna be around like 10% body fat in his best shape.
I mean, they got professional chefs. They got the right doctors. They got the right trainers. You know what I mean? So it shouldn't be hard,
Nah, it should be easy.
right? I mean, do you do you think it's fair?
Of course, it's fair. Look what happened to him. He's been able to stay on the floor, and when he's off the floor, he's ballooned in weight. So makes sense.
Okay, I was just asking. Some people don't, some people think it's not fair. I'm
How
on
was
the
it not
side.
fair? We're
I'm
gonna
on
pay
the
you all
side.
this money.
Yeah, but I'm on the side though of you. You know, just like he agreed to it. He knows what he's gotta do. He's a man. You know,
I don't think it's gonna be a
and there's
problem though.
nothing wrong with the way. There's a lot of different players that had different clause. Stuff like that on their contracts. Nobody
Yeah,
is ever the same. I don't know why most people, just because they don't hear it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So most people are just like, I think they're just dumb. But yeah. Well, I hope Pelicans. This is only positive for the Pelicans. Like I said, I think they're the top three talented teams going to next year. Well, for me, I gotta take a look at it to rank them properly, but just from what I know, I,
I think they're making the playoffs for
I mean,
sure.
maybe. But like I said, I
No,
agree.
I think it's a lock.
We'll see. It's all up to Zion, and I want to see him play because you know me. I'm tired of the fans. I just want to see him play and see, you know, what his true potential is. What he can do. But yeah, that's all I
Yeah,
gotta say for that.
I think it'll be easy for him, no problem.
All right, let's move on to Nets side. Want to talk about Kyrie? Kyrie wants to stay in Brooklyn with or without Katie. Why did you want to talk about that?
because the whole free agency was talking about um Kyrie leaving. It releases teams, so I think it's a big deal.
It is a big deal. I think it's a big deal because I don't know. I think he has to do this. Okay, just in my opinion. Just looking at it, he's in his past. He's done kind of the weird things, but this is again. He's gonna do it with another team, and if he leaves again or whatever, it's just not a good look. You know what I mean? It's just gonna make it harder, and who knows what team he talks to, and then what they're gonna add on to the contract. You know what I mean? To make him
Yeah,
agree to it. You know what I mean? So I can see it in his eyes, like, dang, I gotta finish here. I gotta do what I gotta. You know what I mean? And plus,
yeah. Because
he hasn't had a fair chance.
well, I mean, if
Grant,
he doesn't play the contract out, I don't know how he's gonna get another one.
and I understand, like, granted, he had the choice to make the decision, but he made a choice. Nobody wants to respect it because we're in the now, but like it's just tough. This Kyrie thing is just tough on him. You know what I mean? It came out of nowhere. Nobody expected it, and then all this stuff happened. So I don't know.
But speaking on the Nets, have you heard about Kevin Durant? So he will be meeting with the owner of the team to discuss some things that he doesn't like. And it recently came out that Mike James, Kevin Durant's former teammate on the Nets, he was on some podcast and he was saying how KD, when they were down like 2-0, he's like, yeah, we lost to the Celtics. And I saw, guys like Skip and Shannon, and they're all making a big deal out of it. I don't see the problem.
You wait, repeat that. You're talking about when he like literally gave up, basically. You're talking about that
Yeah.
situation, that whole thing. There was,
hmm
I, uh, I,
He accepted his defeat. We're just the better team, man. Sorry. We're just the greatest organization ever.
I, I don't agree with it because he has to have some pride. How about that? When you're a
Or
player, you're
especially
supposed to
him
be
being
one of
him
the
being
best
that
players.
caliber of player.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm saying. He's an elite, supposed to be an elite player. But when you're an elite with that type of skill, there's always a certain attitude that comes with it. That a lot of players usually have. Up there or supposed to be an elite player.
Yeah, I think
But that's just me.
the biggest problem was them talking about it.
Continue. I'm listening.
Like, why do we care? Why do we care? They lost.
Because it's just a nice talk because it just exposes somebody for who they are. It is not a good look in sports. You already know that. You don't want to be on a with a team member like that, no matter what sort of skill they
Definitely
have,
not.
because you don't want nobody giving up on you. It's a bad look if it's actually true. Which I knowing Katie, and I told you that I think he's very sensitive. I've always seen him as sensitive. I think he would just psychologically going by how their personalities are. Usually, that would go that way. But obviously, it's not true until it comes out of the horse's mouth. But I'll stick with yeah. It would it would happen in my opinion. I could see it.
Yeah, I think
And you know what pisses me off about that? It's like, if that's true, did those games were really close.
All of them.
And I'm like, wait, so you basically, what, 25% or half tried? If you tried even more, you would have been a lot better. You know what I mean? Anything could have happened, but I don't know. I don't like it.
It just shows a, I don't know. It's almost like a lack of competitiveness, but it's also like I don't know. I just feel like you being one of the best players in the league, that should never be coming out of your mouth.
Right. And that's funny because somebody
So
else has said it. He told somebody else, and then they had leaked it, which usually, that's how things go.
yeah.
So,
So Mike James will never be getting any inside info ever again.
that is true. But, yeah,
Good for him.
that's pretty much it, unless you want to talk about anything else.
One
You,
more thing. We got to talk about Jimmy Butler.
um, yeah, we're gonna end here. We're not even gonna talk about it. Okay? We're not even gonna talk about this. All right, thank you for
Jimmy, what
tuning.
you doing, man?
No, we're ending it now. Thank you for tuning in. We may not agree on everything, but we all love the game. Hoopers United.
We all agree we hate Jimmy Butler's hair.